Oh my gosh. You guys absolutely blew my expectations out of the water and honestly fulfilled something really big in these last, like, I guess week now. You guys got the channel to, I believe, at the moment of recording this, 670 subscribers. Literally, I started this channel like 2 years ago at approximately 50, well, I think I was like around 40 subscribers. And within the span of literally a week, we're at 670 subscribers. That's absolutely insane. And honestly, looking at the projected growth, it's definitely looking like we're going to get 700 by the end of this week for sure. Maybe even over that. We'll see what happens. But my gosh, I can't believe it. I want to give you guys like a big thank you. I didn't want to just jump into the video without giving you guys a thank you. This is absolutely amazing. I never thought that I'd get this. This is like totally, like, I think twice as many subscribers as I had on my old channel that I used to have. So that's kind of insane. That's really, really insane. And I honestly thank everyone who supported the video. But here we are. If you guys don't know me and you're new around here, my name is C Dusk, and we reported on a story not too long ago about SML, or Logan 30 Acre, and Chili Jimenez, and the drama that's going on between them and also Chili's sister and brother Tito and Damaris. Now, basically, if you don't know like the whole story, I recommend you watch my previous video. I'll probably leave like a little iCard maybe somewhere, like right here or right here. I don't know where it's at. I'll figure it out in the editing process, but I'll leave a little iCard if you haven't checked that video out. I'll also leave it in the description and maybe in the comments as well, to check that previous video. If you have not watched it, you might be a little bit confused if you haven't watched the previous video in order to really understand this video. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into this whole update of the whole situation. Before I go into like the main update portion of this video, I wanted to address a couple of things that I got wrong in the previous video that a lot of you guys commented on. One of those things was the fact that I mistakenly said that the text sent to between Logan and I had said Damaris is actually Logan sent to Tito. So Damaris somehow got a hold of the text and used that text on her Twitter and sent that out to everyone. So I mistakenly said it was a conversation between Logan and Damaris. It was actually Logan and Tito. Another thing I made a mistake on in the previous video was the fact that I said Damaris was living with Logan. I believe now it's kind of come out that it was Tito who was only living with Logan. So Damaris apparently didn't live there. It was just the part of which Tito was talking with Logan, and Damaris kind of made it sound like she was living there, but she really wasn't. So that was another thing that I missed on there. I also missed a couple of the text, or at least, I guess not text, conversation between Logan and Tito as well. At the time of recording it, like, I was literally getting done editing it when I found these photos and all this other stuff as well. So it kind of came out of nowhere. So I might as well add that into this video as well. So without further ado, let's get into that portion as well. So one of the things that I missed was Logan's Instagram post, where he put a picture up on an Instagram. You can see it right here. He says, "I'd like to take the mature route with all of this. There have been disagreements in the past month with certain people in my life, people that I've let use me for years, and finally decided to kick them out of my life," which obviously is Tito being kicked out of the house. So apparently Tito is one of those people who is basically not someone positive in Logan's life, and he wants to get out. He says here, Obviously, stuff like this isn't easy, and people don't want to leave without causing a scene and accusing people of things that aren't true. I hate that private matters can't stay private, but it is what it is. So all fans, everything is fine, and videos will continue like normal. So yeah, that's what Logan posted on his Instagram. It sounds like he really believes that a lot of this should have stayed private. And I kind of agreed. It probably should have stayed private, but the fact that like it became public, it's now a public matter, and I think a lot of people kind of agree with me on that because, like, if you want something to stay private, you keep it private, and this easily could have been avoided. If you wanted it to stay private, you could have made it private, but the fact that now it's a public matter, it's kind of out of the question at this point. And I mean, it's obviously something that needs to be talked about, especially between the two parties that we have here, especially since it can sometimes make or break your channel and also your audience in general. But moving on to something else that I missed a couple of posts that Logan put on his story. As you can see here, I'll put it up again. There's a couple of posts that Logan had done on his story. One of them says, "Don't bite the hand that feeds you," and it's just basically a picture of, well, I guess some sort of like quote. I guess that's the best way to describe it. It's like a quote, "Don't bite the hand that feeds you." And obviously, this is referencing Tito, and Tito saying all this stuff about Logan and this supposed hooker that he paid $60,000 for. Obviously, he's saying, "Don't bite the hand that feeds you, or else you're gonna get yeeted." I guess that's basically what he's saying here. Another thing that he posted was something about defamation. It says here, he puts on his story, "In Florida, defamation is a false statement of fact communicated to a third party which is meant to hurt the plaintiff's reputation or economic well-being. Florida is one of the few jurisdictions where criminal defamation statutes are still on the books. The defamation statute of limitations in Florida is 2 years." So obviously, he also put like the brain in the eyes, like, "Hey, I'm looking at you, Tito." That type of sort of situation. And yeah, I can kind of see where Logan's coming from. Obviously, he's saying this is defamation. Again, I kind of have like an opinion now that all this stuff's come out, but I won't like state my opinion until the end, after we get like everything pushed out towards you guys, so you guys get the full story here. Now moving on, I also missed a post made by Tito, which apparently was deleted, I think, by Instagram themselves. So I literally had to find this. Another person made a vid. You might know him. His name is NidgeDFX. He also does like SML type reactions. He's a really cool guy, and he actually captured the post before it was deleted. So I also wanted to put this in the video, show you guys like basically what Tito also said on his Instagram. And here he says, "Well guys, you know what they say, once a snitch, always a snitch. Here's what happened. Logan decided to tell me how he cheated on Chili, my sister, and he really wanted to show me videos of him and that girl having sex while she was on her period. I said no, and honestly, he shouldn't have told me in the first place. Since I'm her brother, he can only blame himself. And that's why I got kicked out of the house, and I have my Sonic plushies destroyed by Logan. Also, do you know why Elena wasn't in a video for 2 years? Well, that's because Logan had sex with her, and that's why she wasn't allowed to be in a video." Now, this is something really, really big. Obviously, I missed that in the original video, but I'm obviously stating it here. But one of the things that kind of happened around the same time that all this drama came up was the return of Elena. Elena, if you don't know who she is, she's basically the voice actor for the character Rosalina in the SML series. And she was gone for like quite a long time. She'd be gone for like year increments, and we never really saw her, and she just suddenly returned recently. So it was kind of strange to see that, and the fact that Tito's bringing this up, oddly enough, it seems odd. Obviously, maybe he did this, maybe he's lying, and he just brought this up just to kind of like add fuel to the fire. We obviously don't know. Again, this is Tito's side of the thing. Obviously, we're about to get in soon here, the Logan and Chili side on this whole situation. But anyways, continuing off what Tito is talking about, he says, I'll probably make a video about everything later on my channel to explain more on what Logan has done. We've yet to see that video, at least as of recording this, we've yet to see a video from Tito. In fact, we've yet to see a video from all four people, that being Logan, Chili, Tito, and Damaris. We haven't seen like a single video of them addressing the situation, but as you can see from some of the responses here that you will see very soon, I kind of imagine that we might not see anything for quite a bit, and I'll show you why. But moving on, we're going to go over to the next part of it, which I think is the part that everyone's waiting for, which is like the update portion. So later on, like maybe a couple days later after that original post was made by Damaris and that original post was made by Tito, we got some more stuff on like Twitter. So here Damaris says this: y'all are so triggered, like chill out. Super Mario Logan is claiming he has found more of Teed's plushies and is holding them hostage. Plushies are more important than trying to convince you fools. Y'all need to learn some patience. Unfolding in real time. Then someone replies here, Dawson Corliss. He responds with, you're telling me that Logan is holding plushies hostage when Teed's already got his stuff 10 days ago. They seem fine together, and it looks and it took us a while to figure it out. T says, wrong, I got kicked out 13 days ago, and then I got my stuff 2 days ago, and that's when my stuff got cut up, and now I'm being told he has my main characters, but won't give it up until everything goes away because he's guilty. Now, obviously, Tito's kind of like voicing his whole thing on like the actual situation when exactly got kicked out. So from this we know he got supposedly kicked out 13 days ago and he got his stuff 2 days ago, according to him. We don't know exactly what plushies are being held hostage. We saw in like the original video that Logan cut up Tito's plushies, and Tito was kind of showing video footage of it. And one of the things that I think a lot of you pointed out, and I kind of noticed myself, was that in the original video it kind of looked like the plushies didn't look kind of cut up. It looked more like there were the plushies with stuffing on top of it, like almost like they just put the plushies down and got cotton, like stuffing cotton, and just spread it all over the plushies themselves to make it look like it was cut up, which that's why I was like, that's kind of looks a little off. It doesn't really look like they're cut up. And a lot of you guys also saw the same thing. I got like multiple comments on that. I might throw some up on the screen right here. If not, I'm just saying it out loud that, yeah, a lot of you guys agreed with that. So, moving on, though, to the next thing, we have, like, another thing from Damaris, that I missed. She basically says, more messages being released on this whole thing very soon, this afternoon at the time of her posting it, and I don't think anything came out of that, which was kind of odd. Either she like forgot about the messages that she was gonna post them, or maybe finally they sorted it out and they didn't want to make anything more public, so they just kind of settled it in private. We don't know. And then she proceeds with using the hashtag, you can't buy your way out of this, obviously referring to Logan. You can't buy your way out of what you've done in the whole situation. But moving on, though, a couple of things happened. So basically, Chili posted a couple videos. I think Damaris has it on her Twitter. I'll throw them up on the screen here. But they're basically kind of like, I guess not Musical.ly's. Sorry, not Musical.ly's, TikToks. Musical.ly's TikToks. I'm trying to figure out how to describe it. It's basically photos attached with like words to a song, and there's some pretty depressing songs on here that Chili posted on her story, and it almost made it sound like Chili's under a lot of pressure and a lot of stress, and I imagine so. This is like a lot of stuff going through her life at the moment, especially since there's two basically two things she loves are fighting. You got Logan fighting with Tito and Tito fighting with Logan. Damaris fighting with Logan as well, and so it's just kind of like, I bet it's really rough on Chili for sure, because really Chili has nothing to do with the situation. In general, I mean, she does obviously because supposedly Logan cheated on her. But honestly, she really doesn't need to. I guess she does need to say something, but not as much as like I think the other parties need to. But anyways, she posts these videos. But first, let me show you what Damaris tweeted after she posted these videos. She said, "Oh, how my heart breaks for you, baby girl. Chili, come to my house and we can cuddle in my bed, drink hot cocoa, and watch Christmas movies. I love you. You're not alone. You will always have me." And then she proceeds to post the video that Chili posted on her story, or videos Chili posted of her story on of like different photos of her and these word lyrics. And obviously the word lyrics are of some pretty depressing songs. I think one is by Britney Spears, I believe. I don't have it pulled up on my phone right in front of me, but yeah, they're pretty depressing songs. I'll play them for you right now, and maybe you guys can get the gist of it all. It's pretty depressing stuff. It kind of worried me, but it seems like she's going through a lot, and I kind of brings me into the next part of it, which I think she's not going to say much on the topic. Why do I say this, you might ask? Well, moving on to the next thing posted by Chili herself. So Chili posted about maybe 2 days ago now, as of recording this. She posted this picture, or a picture and gif of Elsa saying "Let it go, let it go," but attached to that is like the caption, "A year from now, is any of this going to matter? No, then let it go, let it go." Obviously, I think she honestly thinks that this has kind of been blown out of proportion, in her honest opinion. But the thing is, a lot of people are going to care about this a year from now, especially if a lot of this stuff does turn out to be true. There's a lot of things at stake here in terms of just overall, like, who people agree with and who people disagree with. Honestly, it's like a split party in my honest opinion, although I have seen like a majority of my comments recently being more in favor of Logan over Tito. Seeing as Tito kind of was living with Logan free rent, which also leads me to the next part of Logan basically talking about his whole situation with Tito, and what the relationship with Tito and Logan and Chili was in terms of living status. Because basically Logan talked to someone in like a group chat, they're like an SML type group chat, only for SML people, and basically the person, Chef Peepers, is their Instagram. You can go and check them out if you want. Basically, they posted photos of the conversation between them and Logan himself, and this is basically what he had to say. Logan first starts off with saying, "He lived with me rent free, and I made his channel for him." Then he goes on to say, "Me and Chili aren't broken up." Then Chef Peepers replies with, "Thanks, Logan." Logan replies with, "I just don't want to deal with her family anymore." So honestly, it sounds like Logan's still in love with Chili. They're still together, but honestly, for him, the family is kind of starting to ruffle his feathers, or make him a little mad, because supposedly they're making false allegations about him that he doesn't like, and obviously it could possibly taint his career as well. Going on from that though, he also says, "I don't know if y'all have noticed, but Tito has been living at my house for years rent free, and I literally built up his channel for him by being in his videos. The only reason why people watch them and giving him shout outs. But eventually, after being used for so long, you eventually get tired of it and want to focus on my own happiness." So basically Logan's saying he got tired of kind of like letting Tito quote freeload off him, and basically he wanted to focus on his own happiness, and it wasn't making him too happy, kind of referencing the previous post that I had mentioned before, where he's like he was tired of having certain people in his life kind of use him, so he's trying to get those people away and out of his life. So that's kind of like what he's referencing here in this message to Chef Peepers and the rest of the guys in the group chat. As well as that, he says, I'm done with the whole situation. I'm focusing on my own happiness. I'm tired of people living off me and using me. I didn't do any of the stuff they are accusing. My favorite part is the $60,000 on a hooker. $60,000 is the made of gold? LMAO. Yeah, so another thing that you guys also kind of like talked about was the whole situation of how people were saying like Logan paying $60,000 for a hooker, impossible, or $60,000 for a hooker in general, impossible. Now, me personally, obviously $60,000 for a hooker isn't honestly out of the question. You have to be pretty rich for that. I mean, obviously Logan isn't too rich. He's a YouTuber. I have no clue what YouTube earnings are. I don't think $60,000 hooker is out of the question, but that's just me, and I'm just basing it off of general Google searching. But anyways, Logan goes on to continue talking to the group chat. He also says this. This is referring to Tito and Damaris making these allegations. Logan says here, and everyone believed it, referring to the allegations. Never even gave me a chance to explain myself. So yeah, obviously Logan is referencing the fact that a lot of people just didn't even give him a chance, because Logan has done some things in the past I think a lot of people weren't proud of him for. And obviously if you've done a couple of wrong things in the past, sometimes it kind of makes you hard to believe, like in present time, when you are telling the truth, especially since it's kind of like the boy who cried wolf story. Basically, the boy cried wolf 2 or 3 times, and then finally on the 4th time when there's actually a wolf, it was too late and nobody came for him. And that kind of happened with Logan. A lot of people kind of know that Logan has done a couple of messed up things in the past. I think a lot of us have forgiven him for it. At least the majority of us have forgiven him for it. And yeah, but just because that kind of like whole stuff exists, kind of makes it hard for some people to believe him. Anyways, that basically wraps up the text. But anyways, he goes on to talk about a couple more things here. He says, my Lamborghini windshield, and then made a video saying, look what Tito did. Guys would believe it. So he's referencing the previous message where he's talking about how everyone didn't give him a chance to prove himself. Obviously, he's saying that if he were to make a video saying, or like an allegation saying, Tito broke the windshield of his Lamborghini, everyone would believe it, because some people just don't want to look at the evidence or hear the other side of the story, and they just automatically assume, oh, they're in the wrong, without actually fact checking everything, that sort of deal. So that's what Logan said on that one. Then he goes on to say, unless there's a video of him actually doing it, then why are we even having this conversation? Yeah, exactly. It kind of goes to the thing, like, unless we've seen it, it's not like for sure true. Obviously, if we actually do see whatever the thing is, it kind of makes it more believable or credible, assuming it's not photoshopped or fake or something like that. So he also says, because people like drama and want to see blow up. Yeah, so again, it kind of references how some people are automatically siding with him, and like honestly making videos already, well, have made videos of them already siding with only Tito and only Damaris, and it's kind of like frustrating. I can kind of see why a lot of people why Logan would be really mad about this, is that people are already taking sides when they haven't heard both sides of the story. It's kind of messed up. Obviously, like I said in my previous video, and I'm still saying it, there's 2 sides to every story. Obviously, until you hear like all the sides, not one side is right or wrong. Obviously, there can be more evidence on one side than the other, but still, it's something you need to look at. You need to look at the other side. Maybe they have more evidence than the one side. But anyways, Logan finally goes on to say, here's a Jeffy cut the mouth out to use. I think that's something just in the group chat. I don't know what that's about. I guess he's saying maybe like if I were to cut the mouth off of Jeffy, then then I could show this and say, oh yeah, Tito did this or something. I don't know. I have no clue what that means. But I just read it anyways. But anyways, that basically wraps up the portion of what Logan's thoughts are on the whole situation, and basically what his opinion is, and basically his side of the story here. Now, Chili did say one more thing as well, and I'll read that off right now. So on Instagram, Chili posted something about basically the whole situation. It kind of replying to someone who had already, I guess, kind of started taking sides, or at least commenting on the situation. The person says here, though, but didn't he own the house, referencing that, I guess, that Logan, I think they're talking about Logan here, that Logan owns the house, so why is Tito acting like this? And Chili responds here with, it literally has nothing to do with rent. Logan doesn't need rent money, no matter what he's told anyone. Tito lived rent-free because he was always the first one to get up when it was time for a vlog or fan mail video. And anytime Logan needed something for an SML video, then Tito would get it for him. He would even take Lavelle home after filming when Logan was tired. Tito did videos and favors in exchange for a free room. If rent money was bothering him, then he should have asked Tito for some, but he never did because it's not about that. So basically what Chili's saying here is that Tito basically lived rent-free, but obviously he needed to do some things, obviously getting up early for vlogs and stuff like that, etc. Getting stuff for Logan for videos. And basically she's saying, like, if Tito had a problem with like not getting paid or anything like that, he probably wouldn't have said those things. He probably would have said something else here. That seems quite off. I don't know. Basically what she's saying is Tito's not mad about rent or anything like that. So why exactly is he mad? And that's kind of my question. Why is he mad then? It has to be something about the whole situation, about him not being able to live there, obviously, because he did all this stuff and he just got kicked out. But obviously Logan wanted to remove some people from his life, apparently, and I guess Tito was one of those people. Now, one of the other things, this was actually this whole text from Chili, or at least comment from Chili, actually comes from Tito's page. Now, Tito posted a couple of things. This and one other thing in terms of talking about another person in the SML group, a shot at basically from Damaris at one of the cast members of SML, Lavelle. Now she says here basically this. After someone comments on one of her posts when she's talking about Logan, the person says, bruh, they've been friends for 10 years, like, bruh, they made videos for fun in the first place, so, like, what? And basically, Damaris replies here with, like, I don't know what that emoji is, I guess, like, I don't know how to describe it, but she says, man, you should hear the stuff he says behind Lavelle's back, basically saying that supposedly Logan says stuff about Lavelle behind his back. We obviously don't know. We have no proof of this, again, but she says this, and Lavelle kind of got involved in this situation too. He posted on his Instagram story saying, it's funny, think they're snitching when you're really mad that your family can't mooch off Logan anymore. Gave all y'all ungrateful job, money, opportunities, YouTube channels, but y'all on him behind his back. Sorry, not while I'm here. 100. Loyalty is everything. So obviously that means that Lavelle's on Logan's side as well. And a lot of people kind of had differing opinions on the whole situation because of the fact that Lavelle is kind of biased because of the fact that obviously he's being paid by Logan to do these videos, and I mean, he'd be out of a job basically if he didn't record with Logan, because it doesn't sound like Lavelle has any other career outside of working for Logan. So without Logan, he's basically has nothing. But still, he's saying here that he honestly believes in Logan and that he's loyal to Logan and everything. I'm not saying Lavelle's a liar or he's completely biased, but a lot of other people think that it's like he's kind of biased because obviously he works for Logan. But yeah, that I think that's basically it. There has been like I think a couple other things that Chili might have said, but overall it seems like Chili is telling the truth here. Another thing like a lot of you guys had pointed out was the fact that supposedly maybe Chili is kind of lying just because of the fact she doesn't want to get Logan in trouble, or maybe because someone said like because it's the holidays, she's not gonna say anything and she won't say anything until after the holidays or whatever. And I mean that's a fair opinion, but I don't think that's the case. Another thing that people were pointing out was the fact that of like Chili's makeup in that video, and how she kind of looked like she was almost crying after the whole thing between Logan and her and all this drama that's going on. But honestly, that too, I don't think that's the case. I don't think she was crying because she's lying or anything like that. I think she was actually drunk, because literally on her story, like the time before posting that video on Logan's like main page, she was quote drunk on her story. So again, that doesn't hold much water. I mean, it's still something to consider, but I don't think it has as much weight to it as some of the other things that have been said, etc. Kind of now that we kind of have the whole story, I think I might as well give my personal opinion. Me personally, after reading all this, obviously I think we need some more on Chili's side, but I think that Chili's not going to say anything for quite a while, if not ever. But if it would be nice to get a little bit more on her side, or at least an official video from each individual party. If we could get a video from each individual party, meaning like a video from like Tito, a video from Damaris, or a combined video with Tito and Damaris, and then we get a Logan and Chili combined video or separate videos talking about the situation, that would be awesome. And I think that would clear a lot of things up, and I think it will resolve the whole situation as a whole. But because it's kind of broken up, it's not the same, and it's just not working, you know. And it kind of, people still have differing sides. People agree, some people disagree. But I think the majority of people here believe that Tito and Chili are on the right, and honestly, I think I'm on that side at the moment. At the moment, I think that Logan and Chili are absolutely right, or might be right. I can't say for certain, because we still need some things really solid in order to really believe Tito and Damaris. Another thing that you guys also pointed out was the text between Tito and Logan, that this could possibly just be like a fake text between Tito and Damaris. Damaris renames Tito's name to Logan in order to make it look like he was Logan and he was the one making the text. Obviously that too, it could be fake, because that can be easily faked out with either Photoshop or just by literally texting a person and then changing the contact name, and then there you go, you have Logan. I could probably make myself look like I'm talking to Logan even though I'm not. Like, it's that easy. So I mean, it's something to also consider as well. But yeah, the overall wrap up, that's the overall wrap up of this whole drama. I don't think I'm going to touch on it for quite a while unless something very significant happens between now and whenever the next video is. I don't think I'll update this, especially since Chili doesn't seem to be like likely to say anything at all. I think it's the end of the story. Honestly though, guys, let me know what you guys think about this whole thing in the comment section down below. Let me know what side you're on in the situation, and whether you think Chili will like actually make an official video or not, whether you think Logan will make a video or not. Because it's just honestly a waiting game to see what happens from here on out. I honestly don't think anything's gonna happen after this, but you never know. We'll see what happens. But anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed watching these videos. I hope that they were informative and you were able to get something out of them. It's been a complicated process making these videos, and overall it's been an interesting experience overall. But I honestly also want to just thank you guys once again, just like for the massive support that you guys have given me literally over the past week or so, making my channel reach like 690 subscribers, I think, at this point. It's honestly amazing. I would have never expected to get this many subscribers in such a short period of time. So honestly, I'm thanking you guys so much for the support. And I hope you stick around for like more content that I produce. Like I said, I have an update video on like the situation of my channel, what I plan to do from here on out, and I'll definitely be posting that soon, maybe within the next week or two, who knows. But yeah, with that being said though, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to give it a thumbs up if you did. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this on my channel. I might do more of these news type videos or update type videos. Oh my gosh, my throat is like raw. Yeah, subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. But with that being said, I've been C Dust. I hope to see you guys in the next one. And with that being said, peace out.